Thanks very much. It is Tax Tuesday here on Midday. Time to get your questions answered about filing your taxes, less than a month away. And today we're talking about Schedule C for those who are self-employed. Joining us now, tax expert Christina Gulas with Jackson Hewitt Tax Services. Great to have you back.
Great to be here.
This is an interesting question because a lot of folks may be deciding to strike out on their own, maybe getting some freelance income. So let's talk about what Schedule C is and who should really be worried about filling it out.
Sure. Schedule C, 1099 miscellaneous. If you're an independent contractor through your business, sometimes it's eBay or you started a lawn care business, things like that.
Right. So if you have that kind of money coming in, kind of side business money, maybe you have your own business and a sole proprietorship is what you were telling me earlier, what kinds of expenses are possible to be deducted?
Anything you have to pay out, really. Keep track of it. Your advertising expenses, business cards, website, maybe, supplies.
Right.
You know, if you have office supplies, things like that. Mileage is a big one. It's going to be your biggest one, and you need to keep records for that.
Right. I mean, gas prices are going up, so odometer readings? Is that what
odometer readings.
Okay.
That's for the standard deduction, and that's generally going to be your best bet because they're paying a little over 50 cents a mile.
Right. Some folks might think, well, I don't make a lot. I mean, I sell a couple things on eBay. I mean, is there a floor, a minimum amount you need to make, or all of it should be reported?
IRS wants all of it to be reported, no matter where your income's coming from.
Okay. Is there a minimum amount, though, money-wise?
You're going to pay self-employment tax starting on $400.
Okay. So anything under $400 you don't worry about?
You still report it, you're not going to pay that self-employment tax. The Medicare and Social Security, you know, when you work for a W-2 kind of job, your employer pays half and you pay half out of your check. When you're self-employed, you're both parts. So that's why you're reporting it, to pay those taxes.
I guess folks might wonder too, how will they know if you don't, right?
Right.
How will they know?
They may not, but there's tax credits that you might be missing out on by not filing.
Good point.
You know, you could qualify for earned income credit, child tax credit, education credits are based on earned income. So if you're not reporting this, you may not be getting those credits.
All right, so you may not be paying taxes, which you need to, but you also may not be getting the benefits that you deserve.
Yes.
As far as keeping records, we're talking about keeping really, really, really good records, but some also might say, well, I'm not making any money. What's the point? I'm not making any money in 2011.
Sure.
What's the point?
You know, if you have a loss in your business, it could offset other income you have, thus reducing your tax. And you want to keep those records for about 5 years. IRS could come back. You know, with self-employment, there's a lot of leeway for deductions, and they want to make sure that you're taking just the proper ones.
And you said something really interesting too, is you might take a loss, but 2 out of 5 years you can do that, and then the government's like,
Yes, they want you in business of making money. So if you're having a loss year after year, they're not going to allow that. 2 out of 5 years, and then they're going to consider it hobby income, where you can take your deductions up to the amount of money you make, but you can't take that loss on your taxes.
Sounds a little bit complicated, so you might want to see an expert if you have more questions about that. Christina, thanks very much.
Sure.
And you can get your questions answered. We've just kicked off our live tax tips chat at WAVY.com. A Jackson Hewitt tax expert is on hand right now to answer your questions in our online chat until 1:30 this afternoon. We'll be back here next Tuesday with Jackson Hewitt. Until then, you can give them a call at 1-800-234-1040 for answers to your tax questions, or you can email them at midday@wavy.com.